Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana. In this video, we're going to be going over a gun stack Y flex mini scheme out of the Saints playbook today. Now, before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment anything down below. And if you're back for another one, man, you guys already know the vibes. FTA for the algorithm. You comment down below, you like the video, however you interact, it pushes these videos out to more and more people. So let's get back into that algorithm. Let's stay in it this time. And today's video is sponsored by Randy Seidler, 1907. Once again, man, he was looking for a gun stack Y flex, and that's exactly what we're coming to you guys today. Now, you can find this playbook, you can find this formation in two different playbooks. That is the Buccaneers and the Saints. Today, I'm rocking the Saints because that's what I was kind of rocking earlier today. And obviously, if you guys know about the Saints playbook, it has literally a very good bunch. It has a very good tight offset tight end, and then one audible over, you have the stack Y flex. And this formation is super tough. I personally think it's a lot tougher in the Buccaneers simply because of one reason. And it's only the reason why people would switch out of this playbook to run that one. It has a jailbreak screen in it. The Saints version does not have a jailbreak screen, so you will not see that in this. The jailbreak screen is super tough, especially with the heavy blitz meta, you know, at $1, where people are pretty much sending that left side blitzer every single time. You sit there and you run that jailbreak screen like 2-3 times, and then they'll have to adjust and make sure that they're not sending that blitzer anymore, or else they're going to be pretty much toast nonstop. So today, let's go over the audibles out of this specific playbook. We have the drive H wheel, we have Y sail, and we have PA read. I will always have some kind of run in this in my audibles because I like to keep the ground game, you know, a little consistent. The two run plays that are in this playbook are interchangeable. You got inside zone and you have halfback base. So to get the running situation out of the way, if they are running a 4-down lineman set, I'm gonna change this into an inside zone. And if they're running a 3-down lineman set like dollar or, you know, like 3-3-5, some version of that, I'm gonna keep the quick base because I prefer having a pulling guard in that situation. Again, if they're running that four-man base, we're gonna run the inside zone against that for the potential chance to break it outside. Now, two things that I like to note before I do anything. Excuse me. Earlier in the year, this Z spot play used to destroy man coverage, and I believe it could potentially be back simply because of the way that some pro players play, some competitive players, they back off their coverage a lot of the times, and the Z spot play absolutely destroys that. I'll showcase that, as well as this Salem pivot play. Now, this Salem pivot play is my little gem against cover 4, and I'll go over those at the end of the video. But we're gonna go over the audibles first. Now, we're gonna start off with drive H wheel. Drive H wheel is going to be pretty much an all kind of beater. So we're gonna let's come out in nickel, just because I have the quick base. So let's just come out in nickel and keep it consistent. So we're gonna come out in Mike Blitz O to start off with. So again, we're gonna press and shade over the top like everybody does. And one of the main things about this formation, and I'm gonna bring, and yes, we're gonna be painting today. So this route right here is one of the easiest routes to hit because you got blitzers coming down the field. People are blitzing heavy. They're still trying to get their blitzes off extremely efficiently. So what we're going to do is immediately hit that R1 route because you're always going to get a pretty solid rack animation when it comes to that route. You don't have to pass lead it. You don't have to do anything. You're always going to get a pretty decent animation where you're going to be able to run across. Now, the reason why this works so well, and again, I'm not gonna just like tell you guys plays that work. We're gonna be a little bit in depth today. So the reason why that works is because a lot of the times when you're playing someone who's spamming blitzes out of man coverage, one of the safeties are manned up to the running back. Now, when that happens, you end up having a situation where the running back ends up getting a lot of space because it takes a while for those guys to creep up and actually catch up to that running back. So you guys always have to make note of that. If somebody is blitzing you, it's not always the best idea to sit there and block your running back. Sometimes sending them out on a route might save your life. It might help you out a ton. And again, you can always take one of the other guys and kind of motion them in for that extra blocking. So now we have blocking with the tight end and extra separation for the running back to pretty much go ahead, and extra time just in case that running back is covered. You have different situations. So That's the first things first. Now, the only setup to this play that will help you beat every single coverage is taking square or X if you guys are on Xbox and putting them on either a streak or a fade. Either or. Those are interchangeable as well, simply because you're just trying to get over the top of most of the coverages. Now, I'm going to showcase exactly what happens against man coverage, especially if they're not shading over the top here. So if they're not shading over the top, let me run that back one more time, because obviously I had my cursor under the other cornerback. So again, if they're not shading over the top, this is going to be the result. Like almost 9 times out of 10, this is going to be the result. They get pressed off of the wrong person. Oh, I tried to throw that there. Let me just showcase the instant replay on that. They get pressed on the wrong person, which allows somebody, they get either pressed or bumped like that, which allows somebody to be wide open. And a KO is not going to help in this situation, because you're going to end up wide open. So just so I don't get absolutely screamed at, we're going to take these guys and put them in spies, and we're gonna press our defense just to showcase exactly what happens here. Watch square. Oh, and I don't know how that was that inaccurate. Shout out to EA. I'm not even gonna go over that again. But you guys seen how open he was? That's gonna happen a lot of the times for you guys, and it's gonna make your life a lot easier. So now let's go ahead and audible into a zone coverage here, because that's gonna be a corner route's gonna be a corner route. And you guys know how corner routes work. We don't have to go over every single route here. Now let's go over this. Again, this is the play setup. Screenshot it, call it a day. You don't have to do much. Again, now you got square. Gonna break open. Boom. Absolute dot. As you can see, the KO tried to light up and react to that. And even with the horrible animation that we just got, we ended up wide open. Now we're gonna go over the play specifically here. So first things first, our first read is gonna be the running back. Always hit the running back, because you're always going to be able to net probably like 5 to 10 yards every single time. And if they're blitzing heavy, even out of zone, you might only just have one man to beat, and you might be able to truck that man with whoever your running back is. Number 2 is going to be the drag route. The drag route is, look, this is going to be a high-low read with these 2 routes here. And if you have that extra time, this route always pretty much gets open, because this streak or fade, depending on which one you use, is going to be, it's going to destroy whoever it is that's pretty much in a deep blue. Not really destroy, but it's going to bring them all the way up top. And then once they throw it, that's when they'll react. The only reason he's reacting now is because the ball is going out of my quarterback's hand already. So boom, dot, KO doesn't work there. And we are there for a nice gain of about 30 yards, 40, something like that. Beautiful play. It works against every single coverage as long as it's not match coverage. And again, I'll go over a specific play that destroys match coverage again. So this is pretty much the setup. So your first read's R1. Next read is going to be O or B. Next read is going to be triangle, because that's going to be your corner route. And then again, the high-low read, if they played underneath, you're going to be able to throw that to X, and obviously, the streak is going to be your bailout route. You should pretty much always have a streak on the field. So screenshot this, call it a day. And if you don't want the streak, you can always put another drag on the field, especially if they're playing like heavy man coverage nonstop. Put another drag on the field, because that could be a nice little bailout route for you as well. Because a lot of the times, if you do end up having somebody who's playing like max coverage, so say somebody is coming out playing max coverage. I don't know why they clicked on that guy. So someone's playing max coverage. They're putting these guys in yellows, I guess. I don't know. And then someone ends up coming in, and you have nobody open. Nobody's open. Blah, blah, blah. You want a route that's close enough so you can throw the ball away without getting a penalty. Again, this is high level Madden material here. So let's go ahead and call timeout and go on to the next play here. So the next play that's in the audibles is the Y sail play. Now the Y sail play is pretty much a combination of the Y trips, U trips, however you want to call it. A lot of people like to call U trips or run U trips. Shout out to D Croft and Versace and people like that for making it as popular as it is, because of the zig route that's in that formation. So for those of you guys who don't know, the tight end route in that formation can be hot routed as a smart route. So as you can see, look at Cooper Kupp. We're going to hot route Cooper Kupp. We're going to smart route him. And as you can see, it goes all the way up to 10 yards. Why? Because a smart route brings it all the way up to the first down marker. Now, zigs are a little bit iffy sometimes, where they sometimes work, they sometimes don't. It gets really, really annoying. But when they work tremendously, and it frustrates your opponents because it's a route that you would expect to be covered most of the time. And then this route here, the tight end route here, is going to be something that's going to beat man coverage as well. As you can see, these guys all have inside shade, deep route KO, universal coverage, which means that their coverage should be better. But as you can see, this tight end route absolutely cooked them. Even with the KO, couldn't light up in time. And we end up getting a nice yard, a nice gain with that. So again, this is going to be one of those flood concepts here where we have it on the sideline. Again, that X route is also a route that you can smart route as well. So if that's going all the way up to the 20-yard mark, if you're looking for a first down, that's going to be a possibility. And then again, for any scheme, if you guys want to run a quirky little play, something like this will work. Especially if you guys are facing someone who's running nonstop man coverage, because out of the stack formation, a C route is one of the most dangerous things to run, simply because you can hit it so quick without getting interrupted. No KO is going to work on that. They could potentially die for it, but again, this route concept right here is going to work wonders for you guys without even having to do anything. And that's why this Y sail play is going to be a destroyer for anybody that is running any kind of man coverage. Now, again, before I forget, even if you're running against, like, let's just go audible into a zone coverage here. Even if you're running, if you have Hot Route Master or any kind, you should at this point in the game, you can run this kind of setup here and then put triangle on a streak or whatever, and you're going to be able to hit that square route, and you're going to be able to pass lead him open, obviously, if you have enough time. You're going to create like a flood concept with the streak pretty much bringing back any kind of deep blue that's on the field. And that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to touch base on when it comes to the cover 4. Now, this guy ends up getting a beautiful rush right here, which is fine. But again, this guy is wide open. I just didn't throw the ball in time. And again, you still have your flood concept down here where your running back is wide open. So again, you just got to pick your poison here. That's pretty much it. So again, very, very simple route concept. You can literally take square, put them on anything you want. And then if you end up in a situation where you could even double zig it, the double zig goes crazy. Double zig goes crazy. Even if you have to throw that zig early, you can do that. Remember, clicking on and catching it by yourself is going to be something that's going to help you guys out, because it's going to help put some user effort into your plays. So let's call timeout and go into the next play here. And the next play is the PA read play. Oh, I don't want to change it. PA read, very, very, again, another very good play. And this one, very, very simple. Only thing that you want to do here is slant O or X. That's it. And if you slant O, you can put X on a drag, because this is going to destroy man coverage. Triangle, look at triangle. Absolutely burnt. Absolutely burnt. Even with the KO, couldn't knock it out. And I'm going to go ahead and showcase the replay here. Now, the only thing I wish is that this post route worked a little bit better. As you can see, there's not much separation on the post, and that's kind of, to me, that's kind of trash. I wish it was better, but there's enough separation on this route. There's enough separation for us to click on this route, and a drag is always going to be somewhat of a 50-50 kind of thing, where sometimes they'll be able to, I mean, I could probably still throw this, but you don't want to risk it with an acrobat coming across the field. So let's try this once again with X being the one that's on a slant pretty much. And then we're going to put O on, let's put O on a smoke screen route. So go ahead, call that man coverage. X is wide open. Boom, catch it. Cut it off in time for us to pretty much be the ones to make the play happen. And once again, the crosser is wide open again. Very, very consistent route, as you can see. Crosser is wide open. Boom, you can hit that every single time, but we chose to hit the other route. And this is going to be a good play if someone is blitzing you extremely, extremely heavy. and pretty much frustrating you. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this formation, if someone is playing a lot of man coverage on you, you can motion this guy over and kind of create another somewhat of a stack kind of formation kind of look, just to stop them from frustrating you, which is going to allow you to look at, oh, beautiful, create even more separation against people who are spamming man coverage. The name of the game right now is man coverage. As late in the game as it is, a lot of people are still running man coverage, which is extremely frustrating. So if you want to motion this guy in almost every single play, it's literally only going to do one thing. It's going to frustrate your opponent when you end up wide open almost every single time. So again, this to me is going to be the man coverage destroyer. Like, they have to get out of man coverage. And the reason why this formation is so deadly is simply because it's in the Saints playbook, which is also the best playbook in the game. Now, right now I have 2 tight ends in, so I'm going to go ahead and switch that real quick, just to showcase what you actually, you know what? This is probably the best thing that you guys can do. Come out in bunch, right? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to call it random play, random 3-3 cub. And depending on what it is that your opponent is running, it did it again. I have a tight end in for some reason in all of my formations. So let me take him out real quick. Z Flowers, come out in bunch. Doesn't matter what play. Learn a little bit of bunch if you want to make it as deadly as possible. And then you're going to be able to literally audible into the gun stack Y flex. So keep your audible set in that formation, and you're going to be able to pretty much come out and destroy a lot of people, because they're going to have to readjust most of their routes here, and it's going to be extremely frustrating for them to do that. So again, same exact situation. I don't know the play here. That's just going to be not that specifically, but that's going to be the result. It's going to frustrate your opponent a lot to sit there and have to deal with anybody that's coming out in these kind of situations. Like, if this guy's blitzing right here, like this time I'm gonna make a read here. Easy read. Got the running back on, got the linebacker on him, excuse me. And that's the first time I got a bad animation on that throw specifically. But again, this is one of the reasons why it makes this formation is so dangerous, because you can come out in any bunch, in any Saints play. And again, look, oh my lord, spoke about that at the start. Now, the cover four situation, if someone is running match, if I'm running this formation specifically and I'm not audibling out of it, I'm coming out in this Salem pivot play, because a lot of people like to run their cover 4 match. So I'm going to go ahead and put match on again. I don't know why I was already on, but we're going to come out in cover 4 quarters, which is everybody's favorite match coverage. And the only thing that you're going to need to do is take triangle and put him on a streak on this Salem pivot play. I don't know why, but it works better than a normal corner route. And it's also a little bit quicker. And as you can see, oh, he ended up getting bumped there. We still might be able to get this. The KO ends up working, but we ended up getting bumped in that situation, but we're going to call it once again. Same situation. We're just looking for that square route to pretty much break open. As you can see, he breaks open. KO's working. We're not getting wide open like we should, like we normally do, but we're going to get it right one time. Ready? This should be it. Perfect. As you can see, that's just something that you can call again. And this is something that I was calling, because a lot of people on All Pro like to call match coverage. And this is one of the best examples right there. Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And they spam it non-stop. There is no first read, second read, whatever the case is. O gets open against man coverage. The zig gets open against man coverage. If you want to leave both zigs, they're both going to get open against man coverage. But the whole point of this is to pretty much beat the match coverage that a lot of people like to run, and that streak with the combo of putting that guy on, just waiting for that guy to break open. It literally works a lot, and it frustrates a lot of these All Pro players. They will quit out of games very easily if they're nonstop spamming this match coverage, because they're expecting the AI pretty much to play defense for them, and this is pretty much going to be the result. It's going to pretty much dominate whoever it is. Now, the only thing that I would do differently is put X on a drag, just to have another high-low read in this situation to pretty much make your life a little bit easier. KO ends up working. But that's pretty much it for the scheme. There's not much else to go over, actually. let me check out one more thing before I end this video. And no, I'm not trying to extend it. It's already a very long video. So back in the day, not back in the day, but earlier in the year, this Z-spot play, specifically if they did not press, you can actually throw the triangle route early. That's exactly what I'm looking at right now. Oh, it still works. My Lord. Okay, this is the best. This is the best play in the game. So before I get out of here, hopefully you guys stuck in this Y play. As soon as he crosses in, it like the AI reads it like he's cutting to the left. So once he reads it and cuts to the left, you're going to be able to pass lead this inside and throw this early. So look at the kind of spacing he gets against man Cove. Absolutely beautiful. And you might be able to pass lead this against zone coverage as well, but I'm not going to test that. I'll test that on my own. But again, triangle, perfect, boom. Could be a touchdown. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we're going to end the video. Gun stack Y flex. Let me know if you guys are running it. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos, and I'll post more schemes. So leave a scheme down below that you guys might want, and I'll try to find some glitchy plays out of it. My name is Pony Montana. I'll see you guys in the next video, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.